As I said before, this is a self-working illusion, so what you're going to want to do is go ahead and perform a little bit of setup performance. Starting with the 7 of spades, work down till you have the 2 of spades, set those on top. Okay? You're going to have the 3 aces, following that, the ace of spades after that, and then the rest of the royal flush. Okay? You're going to set all of this on top of the deck. Setup is done. Now what you're going to do is have your spectator choose a random number between 10 and 20. This is what's known as the 10-20 force. And I'll explain how it works. Alright? Doesn't matter what they choose between 10 and 20. Alright? They could use 11, 17, 16, 14, doesn't matter. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use 15. You count off 15 cards from the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright? Then you say to them, well, let's get a truly random number. Alright? Let's go ahead and add 1 and 5 together. So then you have 6. You count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is the 10th card down. Whatever you set as the 10th card in that stack, for this trick is the ace of spades, but it could be anything, then you have now forced that card on them. So we have our ace of spades. What we're going to do is show it to them. Don't look at it. Just, act it however you like. Go ahead and set it on top of the pack. Take the rest of the cards without reversing their order and step them on top. Alright, from there, you're just going to set it on top, and now it's just a matter of flipping over cards at the right times and keeping your patter good. Alright, so you sit there first, you say, I'm going to figure out what your card is. The deck is telling me it's the ace of spades. Well, that's a nice trick right there, but let's go ahead and find it. And in order to find it, we spell it. So, A, C, E. Once you've spelled these out, you know that these are the 3 aces if you did everything properly up until this point. Then you say S, P, A, D, E, S. Now this next card is going to be the ace of spades. Alright? Once again, it's the 10th card down, so you're going to do it just like that. Alright, from there, you're going to say, oh, well, that's a nice trick, I found your card. But let's take it a step further. You proceed to flip over the 3 aces, explaining that you spelled ace, and now you have aces. Well, then you explain that you spelled spades over here, and you reveal the spades. Then you say, well, let's take it one step further. And you go ahead and flip over the next 4 cards. Now, the entire time you're doing this, you can do false cuts, and I'll describe how to do that here in a moment. But once you've gotten it down to this point, that's as far as you can go with this trick without altering it. This is the original version of Mark Wilson's. Further than that, it's in his book, Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic. I highly recommend it. It is a good book along with the Tarbell series. False cutting. Here's how you do a false cut. This is a very simple false cut. I'm not going to teach any of the more advanced ones here at the moment. But the very simple one is bring out half the pack from underneath, move it around your hand and over the top. Now this is the move right here. Around your hand and over the top. If done properly and quick enough, it'll look like you're just taking the top pile off. It's the fact that you're moving around your hand and over top that makes it look as though you're taking the top pack. Then you just set it down. It's that simple. Alright? It's very hard to fuck this one up. So just bottom pack it, bam, bam. You have not altered the deck in any way. That's all you got. Okay? I'd like to talk for a moment about self-working illusions. Self-working illusions are... Hey, hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Right now I'd like to talk a little bit about self-working illusions. Self-working illusions tend to go unnoticed by people because they're self-working. A lot of people will skip over them and just go into stuff that involves sleights, special moves. This is the wrong idea, and here's the reason why. Self-working illusions can, one, be used to make a spectator the magician. Alright? Think about it. If it's self-working, it's very hard to fuck up, and if you put some cue cards right in front of the person, have them up on stage doing this, or you're right there next to them, and have them call up another spectator, and you are whispering into the ear, I'll say this. It creates a good comedy moment for your routine. Alright? You can joke with them, you can play with it a little bit, but the end of the story is the bare bones of the magic is what's happening. They're performing the magic, not you. And that is why it's good to use a self-working illusion, because that way they don't need to be taught anything. You don't have to sit there and 9 of diamonds so that they know what card they're looking for. It's already done. I just put it on the cue cards and you're ready to go. Another reason why I like self-working illusions is because they can be done impromptu. Some of them. With that being said, this works out to your advantage in a great number of ways. One of which being you can do it long distance. If you can call up your grandma and have her pull out a deck of cards and walk her through an illusion, she sees it, it's in her hands, you're on the other side of the country. And now look what you've done. You've created magic. In fact, Joshua J. in his complete course of magic goes into talking about an illusion in the back called the Australian Shuffle. I will not be going into that right now, but with that in mind, these sort of impromptu effects work great at long distance. I'd like to give a shout out to jonnyrotic. Go ahead and take a look at his channel down below. Also, go ahead and hit subscribe up top if you haven't yet. Last but not least, the contest is still going on for $100. Go ahead and take a look at my contest video on my channel when you get a chance. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial tonight, and have a nice night.